intro music playing softly with the faint sound of a train whistle in the background. Have you ever heard of a train that vanishes into thin air, carrying its passengers to nowhere? Imagine standing on the platform of an old train station, watching as a locomotive emerges from the mist. But this is no ordinary train. It's the phantom train, an elusive apparition that defies the laws of time and space. Let's dive into the chilling tale of this haunted locomotive that countless witnesses have reported, but few have dared to investigate further. Pause for suspense, sound of footsteps on gravel. Our story begins on a cold, misty evening in the town of Blackwood. This small, forgotten village is home to Blackwood Station, a relic of the past, a place where time seems to stand still. Travelers and locals alike describe the station as eerie, with its decaying benches, cracked windows, and walls still adorned with faded advertisements from the late 19th century. But there's more to Blackwood Station than meets the eye. Legend has it that every full moon, at precisely midnight, a train appears out of nowhere on the abandoned tracks. This isn't just any train, it's the Phantom Train, an otherworldly locomotive said to carry the lost souls of the past. Tales describe its ghostly passengers as shadowy figures who gaze out from the fogged windows, their hollow eyes brimming with sorrow. Sound effects, distant train whistle, soft sound of wind. According to Blackwood's local law, the history of the Phantom Train dates back to the late 1800s. At that time, the Blackwood Express was the pride of the railway. But one fateful winter night, disaster struck. The train, filled with passengers young and old, derailed during a violent snowstorm on its way to Ravenhill. Nobody survived. The wreckage was never fully recovered as the storm had buried it beneath snow and rock, sealing its fate, and that of its passengers, forever. Music fades into a somber melody, sound of flickering gas lamps. Not long after the tragedy, sightings began. Locals would hear the unmistakable sound of a train whistle in the dead of the night, followed by the clatter of steel wheels on invisible tracks. But when they approached the source, there was nothing there, just silence and the haunting echo of the whistle. The stories grew bolder over the years. People reported glimpses of a shimmering locomotive emerging from the mist, pausing briefly at the station before disappearing into the void. Sound effects, screeching brakes, faint whispers. One of the most chilling accounts came from a man named Arthur Blake, a railway worker in the 1950s. Arthur was known for his skepticism and believed the stories of the Phantom Train to be nothing more than local folklore. That was, until one fateful moonlit night. While conducting repairs near the Blackwood Station, Arthur claimed to have encountered the train firsthand. According to Arthur, as the clock struck midnight, the temperature around him dropped sharply. A thick, otherworldly mist enveloped the area. Before he could react, the train emerged, its black iron exterior glinting faintly under the dim light. Arthur described the passengers as ghostly apparitions, their faces blurred, their hands pressed against the glass as though begging for rescue. As quickly as it appeared, the train vanished, leaving behind only the faint smell of burning coal. Background music intensifies, building suspense. Over time, more witnesses came forward, their accounts strikingly similar. One striking report involved Elizabeth, a young school teacher who had missed the last regular train and decided to wait overnight at Blackwood Station. She claimed she heard the wailing sound of the Phantom Train's whistle and saw it arrive. But when she approached, attempting to board it in her desperation to get home, she was met with an icy force that pushed her back toward the platform. As the train disappeared, Elizabeth heard voices, disjointed and otherworldly, whispering her name. Sound effects, fade in of ghostly voices, crescendo, then abrupt silence. Curiosity and folklore hunters have continued to explore the phenomenon of the Phantom Train. Paranormal researchers who spent nights at Blackwood Station have recorded unexplained electromagnetic activity and strange fluctuations in temperature. Some even claim to have captured blurry images of the train itself on film. The most baffling aspect, the clocks at the station often stop precisely at midnight, coinciding with the appearance of the train, a detail consistent in almost every documented account. Somber violin music fades into a faster-paced rhythm, building excitement. Now, skeptics argue that the phantom train is merely an illusion, a trick of the fog and the eerie echoes in the valley surrounding Blackwood. Others insist that it's a time loop phenomenon, an event replaying itself due to the residual energy left from the tragedy. But those who've experienced it firsthand will tell you otherwise. They'll swear on their lives that what they saw was real, and that the phantom train carries with it a bone-chilling message. Sound effects, metallic clanging, distant footsteps. So, why does it appear? Some speculate that the train is searching for closure, its passengers seeking rest that has eluded them for over a century. Others believe it's a warning, a reminder of the fragility of life and the mysteries that lie just beyond our understanding. One theory even suggests that the phantom train serves as a bridge between our world and the afterlife, a passage for souls caught between realms. Pause. Silence followed by a single train whistle. The mystery remains unsolved, and curiosity continues to draw travelers, investigators, and adrenaline seekers to Blackwood Station. Some claim to have crossed paths with the phantom train and walked away with stories they dare not tell. Others come just to test their bravery, hoping for a glimpse of a legend they secretly wish isn't real. But whether you are a skeptic or a believer, one thing is certain: the phantom train leaves no one untouched. It questions your reality and challenges your understanding of what's possible. Background music softens, sound of a fading train whistle. The next time you find yourself at an old, desolate train station with the full moon hanging high above, stop and listen carefully. You might just hear the distant whistle of the phantom train, echoing through the night, beckoning you to bear witness to its haunting journey beyond time itself. Outro. Music slowly fades out, along with the sound of the wind. Are you brave enough to wait at Blackwood Station come the next full moon? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And as always, stay tuned for more spine-chilling tales from our Ghost Stories series. See you in the shadows.